Hello and welcome to the first video of my new YouTube channel, Finan. We're gonna be doing lots of unboxings, overviews, reviews of new items, some old items, and some items that are in the back order that we haven't received yet, but we'll be sure to unbox them and share them with you guys so you can benefit from our experience with those new items. This channel was meant to launch by the end of this month with some more touches that had to be done to the studio, but I couldn't wait no longer to do this first video because I've already been waiting for the last 2 days when I received these items, and I couldn't unbox them because I was shooting some events and didn't have time to do this video, and I really didn't want to unbox them until I share that moment with you guys, because I know that you really want to see what's inside these boxes, how this camera looks like, and we enjoy it together. Essentially, I wanted to unbox these items separately by doing a separate video for each of the lenses and the body. But since I got, as I mentioned earlier, more items coming up, hopefully fairly soon, I didn't want to waste time, and therefore I'm gonna unbox all these items in one video because they're all kind of related together. You know, it's a body and the lenses, and since I'm not doing a deep review of each of the items, I'm just gonna unbox them, put them together, see how they look like, and then later on in the future videos, after I try them out, use them in real scenarios, you know, real situations, I will redo some videos and tell you my thoughts about everything. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Alright guys, here comes the moment. Today, I don't want to compare it to anything, but it's a really special day for me as I'm going to pick up my new camera, my new lenses, and I really want to share it with you guys. You know, I waited for this for a long time. I know many of you are waiting for it. Some people have paid for the order and still haven't received it, or some people just purchased it. I want to pick it up, unbox it, talk about it, try it, and share everything with you guys, you know? So bear with me, we're almost there. Finally, I arrived at DigiDirect behind me here, and I'm gonna be meeting with my friend Tony, obviously, who is gonna provide me with a camera and all the rest of the lenses and all the other tools that we need. And we catch you inside. Hey,
nice
buddy.
to see you, man.
Set me up. Good. How you been?
Very good, thank you. You well?
Tell me you got my stuff ready.
I have.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Let me pull the rabbit out of the hat now.
All right.
Give me a second, buddy.
I know you guys are excited.
And waiting for you,
man. That's it. All right.
15 to 35.
That's the one.
24 to 70.
Yep. And the beast.
And the beast. Let me pop this bag over here.
That's it.
Hey, presto.
That's it, man. Looks
There you go, mate.
gorgeous.
Congratulations. Well
Thanks,
done.
man.
And thanks for shopping with us.
Thank you for providing me all the stuff that I wanted, and for your great service, Tony.
Pleasure.
Always. A big shout out to my friend Tony from DigiDirect for organizing all these items, which are very hard to get the hands on them. First, I want to start with the 15-35 instead of the old 16-35 that they have with the EF mount. This lens is a 2.8 with image stabilizer. So as we all know, the EF lenses that they had before, they were 2.8s with no image stabilizer, or f4s with image stabilizer, which is the one I had, and we will be doing a little bit of a comparison between the two in terms of size. Some paperwork, the pouch that I personally don't use, and I don't think many of you do anyway. Cardboards, the lens hood, nice. And then comparing this lens to the EF version, whether it's the 2.8 or f4, because it used to be the similar size, this one is a lot bulkier and it is actually heavier, which makes me concerned as to how well can I fit it on a gimbal and how it's going to feel on the gimbal, along with the EOS R5, which before I used to have the EOS R. It's going to be a heavier combination overall with a heavier body and heavier lens, but we'll try that, we'll get into it, and I'll tell you my impressions about that part. The lens hood comes with a click with the button, so you know that's not going anywhere, which is good to have. The lens doesn't have any focusing measurements screen on the top, which I personally didn't use, because now it's all replaced within the camera, so you can see all that information in the mirror with all the focusing assets and all that kind of stuff. And also mainly because these lenses are mainly aimed for the photographers, not much for the videographers, but I'll be using it for both photo and video. Let's put that to the side and get on with the video. Next is the 2470. Now, I've never owned a 2470, mainly because I didn't like the fact that they didn't have image stabilizer. I had all my lenses with image stabilizer before. I'd rather have a 4 lens with an image stabilizer than having a 2.8, because with my kit I also used to have prime lenses, Sigma's Arts, and they were fantastic lenses. I'll do another video for that ones. And whenever I wanted that depth of field, whenever I wanted the low light capability, all that stuff, I used to use my primes, which they didn't have image stabilizer, and that's fine. But for my daytime, you know, talking about weddings, you know, with my daytime, the houses and the run and gun shots, I really enjoyed the image stabilizer. So instead of buying the 2470, I always use the 24-105 f4 with image stabilizer, and that lens is fantastic because it gives me a long range from 24 all the way to 105 with image stabilizer. But now that this is released, it's a 2.8 and with image stabilizer, so it gives me the ability to shoot in low light, and it gives me the image stabilizer that I always prefer to have. Yes, I'm sacrificing a little bit of range, but that's fine because I'm still keeping my 100mm macro, which is also 2.8 with image stabilizer. So let's unbox it. And then the lens itself. Now, although I mentioned earlier that I never owned a 24-70, but I've used it. I've seen it with my friends, fellow photographers, they've used it, and I've used it before, I've held it. This one is bigger than the 24-70. 2.8 is bigger than 24-105 and heavier than both of them. It's even heavier than my 70-200 lens that I have, which was f4 with image stabilizer. It's a pretty heavy lens, but I'm willing to deal with that because the options it gives me, they're just phenomenal. Here are the two lenses side by side, 1535 and 2470. Now, they're almost same height, okay, and with the weight, they also very similar weight, and they look very similar. Just to be honest, my main concern is when I have them in the bag, it's not very easy to, you know, distinguish which one is which. Before, the 1635 was smaller than 24-105 or 24-70, but these are very, very similar. The only difference is that I can see, obviously, like the rings a little bit distanced differently, but other than that, you can easily get confused between the two. Anyways, enough about the lenses, let's jump into the big boy. Okay, so here it is. This kit comes with an extra battery, extra strap, and extra SD card, which I didn't get, and I chose to swap it. And again, thank you Tony for agreeing with that. Swap it with a little tripod that I can put on table, put my viewing monitor on it. The moment of truth. Okay, I'm gonna start with opening the strap. I'm really interested to see what it is. It's by Lucky. It's called the Lucky brand. It's an Australian brand. That's really nice. Okay, we've got some paperwork here with a couple of more Lucky stickers, which I don't care. But this strap is so nice. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the Canon logo, it's like this viney kind of shiny material, and this is very nice leather. I'm not gonna be using it because I don't use this kind of straps, but this will be with me forever. It's really nice and beautiful. Now the body. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got that extra battery, the one that comes with the kit. It's nice. And that's, you know, the main battery, so total of 2. So one like that, like normally it comes with all Canon, and one like new in the box. That's nice. I'm gonna go quicker with those things, you know, paperwork, cables, charger, some strap, yeah, okay. I just can't wait anymore, man. I can't really. Okay. There we go. Now we can go there. Okay, so that's the body itself. Alright, it's nice. So straight away comparing it to the EOS R, which I'm filming on at the moment, I'm so glad they removed that touch bar that the EOS R had, and now it's back to the joystick. Couple of extra buttons. Let me check the monitor. The screen is really nice, same size as the one in the EOS R. The body itself is not, I don't feel is much heavier. Cards, of course we have the SD and the CF Express, which by the way I bought 2 of that, 512 each, and the price is crazy. If you're not big on backing up and you don't want to back up, which I don't think anyone doesn't want backup, we all love backup. So my idea was to buy one with lots of memory, 512 gigabyte, and leave it inside my camera for the backup. Basically I'm gonna just treat it like it's internal memory, okay, if you will. And I'll be recording in both the SD and the card, and when I get home, back up my SD card, everything is nice, all the footage is there, that one can be formatted and used next day. And the reason I bought 2, because I have a second body on order, which I don't know when I'm gonna get, but I think I'm just lucky enough I got one already. Time to throw a lens on and see how that feels. I'm gonna go with the 1535. I'm really, you know, I just want to see the weight difference and how heavy it is. So carefully, there is a sensor with a, you know, internal cover on it for dust proof, which is good. Alright, we didn't go through the lens deeply. You know, there is a lot of videos on YouTube covering that, and that's not the aim of this channel. As I mentioned at the beginning, I really want to do the hands-on and my own impression on, you know, using the camera or the light or the lens or whatever I'm gonna be reviewing in real life. And here it is, you know, on the hands, you know, to be honest, I love it. When doing photo, at least. Let's not talk about the video and gimbals and all that kind of setup. Photo wise is really nice. The grip is thicker than the one on the EOS R, which is a good thing. You know, it's very comfortable to hold. I got, you know, small size hands, you know, huge, but it's good for me. The lens is is comfortable, is nice, and the weight distribution is very good. You can rest the lens comfortably in one hand, you know, and this other hand can be controlling the buttons, or you can use it still like that. So when you put both hands together, put it closer. I don't, since I started using mirrorless, I don't use the viewfinder for even for photo. I just use it like that. You know, it gives me more freedom to go like lower or higher, or just different angles, and you know, gives me the freedom to use the tilt screen to frame my shot a lot better. And with the 2470, I think it's gonna be the same. As I mentioned, you know, they're not that much different in size, in thickness, or in weight. Well, 2470 is a little bit heavier, of course, but not by much, you know, not by much. So I'm not gonna swap the lenses. It's just, I imagine it's the same experience using both of the lenses on. I can't wait to use it in real life. I can't wait to use it on my upcoming events, because I just shot 2 events with this sitting at home and not being able to use it. But look, good things comes to those who wait. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing. I'm not gonna call it a review or anything. I really just want to share that. That's what it is. Future videos, they're gonna be a little bit more organized, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm doing some more work to my studio. And by the way, I'm looking for a camera to use for my B-roll footage instead of using my phone. I know that footage was horrible and shaky and everything, but I'm still searching for that. I'm good with the professional cameras, but with the point and shoots and vlogging cameras, it's kind of all new to me, so I'm still searching. You know how small cameras, they're always missing something, and we don't like that, you know, as professionals. We want to have everything in a small body, and in real world it doesn't work. So I'm still in a look for that. If you guys have any suggestion for the new cameras, you know, the point and shoot ones, or even the mirrorless with the interchangeable lenses that I can use for my, you know, selfie vlogging, going around, you know, just shooting things, please mention it to me in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.